A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, the rest of the fourth tale. This was the moment when he usually woke up, when she fell screaming out of his grasp into the abyss, taken by the nightmare, lost forever. This was where he usually sat up in bed, covered in sweat, his heart beating so fast he thought he might die. But he didn't wake up. The nightmare still surrounded him. The yew tree still stood behind him. "The tale is not yet told," it said. "Take me out of here," Connor said, getting shakily to his feet. "I need to see my mum." "She is no longer here, Connor," the original monster said. "You let her go." "This is just a nightmare," Connor said, panting hard. "This isn't the truth." "It is the truth," said the monster. "You know it is. You let her go." "She fell," Connor said. "I couldn't hold her any more. She got so heavy." "And so you let her go." "She fell," Connor said, his voice rising, almost in desperation. The filth and ash that had taken his mum was returning up the cliff face in tendrils of smoke that he couldn't help but breathe in. It entered his mouth and his nose like air, filling him, choking him. He had to fight to even breathe. "You let her go," said the monster. "I didn't let her go," Connor shouted, his voice cracking. "She fell." "You must tell the truth, or you will never leave this nightmare," the monster said, looming dangerously over him now, its voice scarier than Connor had ever heard it. "You will be trapped here alone for the rest of your life." "Please let me go," Connor yelled, trying to back away. He called out in terror when he saw that the tendrils of the nightmare had wrapped themselves around his legs. They tripped him to the ground and started wrapping themselves around his arms too. "Help me!" "Speak the truth," the monster said, its voice stern and terrifying now. "Speak the truth or stay here forever." "What truth?" Connor yelled, desperately fighting the tendrils. "I don't know what you mean." The monster's face suddenly surged out of blackness, inches away from Connor's. "You do know," it said, low and threatening. And there was a sudden quiet. Because yes, Connor knew. He had always known the truth, the real truth, the truth from the nightmare. "No," he said quietly, as the blackness started wrapping itself around his neck. "No, I can't." "You must." "I can't," Connor said again. "You can," said the monster, and there was a change in its voice, a note of something, of kindness. Connor's eyes were filling now, tears were tumbling down his cheeks, and he couldn't stop them, couldn't even wipe them away because the nightmare's tendrils were binding him now, had nearly taken him over completely. "Please don't make me," Connor said. "Please don't make me say it." "You let her go," the monster said. Connor shook his head. "Please." "You let her go," the monster said again. Connor closed his eyes tightly, but then he nodded. "You could have held on for longer," the monster said, "but you let her fall. You loosened your grip and let the nightmare take her." Connor nodded again, his face scrunched up with pain and weeping. "You wanted her to fall." "No," Connor said through thick tears. "You wanted her to go." "No." "You must speak the truth, and you must speak it now, Connor O'Malley. Say it. You must." Connor shook his head again, his mouth clamped shut tight, but he could feel a burning in his chest, like a fire someone had lit there, a miniature sun blazing away and burning him from the inside. "It'll kill me if I do," he gasped. "It will kill you if you do not," he said. "You must say it." "I can't." "You let her go." "Why?" The blackness was wrapping itself round Connor's eyes now, plugging his nose and overwhelming his mouth. He was gasping for breath and not getting it. It was suffocating him. It was killing him. "Why, Connor?" the monster said fiercely. "Tell me why, before it is too late." And the fire in Connor's chest suddenly blazed, suddenly burned like it would eat him alive. It was the truth. He knew it was. A moan started in his throat, a moan that rose into a cry, and then a loud, wordless yell. And he opened his mouth, and the fire came blazing out to consume everything, bursting over the blackness, over the yew tree too, setting it ablaze with the rest of the world, burning it back, as Connor yelled and yelled and yelled in pain and in grief. And he spoke the words. He spoke the truth. He told the rest of the fourth tale. "I can't stand it any more," he cried out as the fire raged round him. "I can't stand knowing that she'll go. I just want it to be over. I want it to be finished." And then the fire ate the world, wiping away everything, wiping him away with it. He welcomed it with relief, because it was, at last, the punishment he deserved.